bigger source of income this year. I don't need to make as much as most people.
No, but
So,
I want the cash flow because of having the 5 printers, that we can make money.
catching up with you, Pat.
Huh?
It's 8 o'clock.
I know. We're live.
Okay.
We've been live.
Oh, we are live.
Yeah.
I'm catching up with you on printers.
Yeah. Well, and what do I got to go? 1, 2, 3, go. We're live.
Well, yeah. That's what
No.
I thought happened. Oh,
Yeah. Just it's not like you were in there sitting on the toilet.
You never know with me, man.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to make 3D printed stuff for the bathroom. I mean, they're making 3D printed stuff for everything now, but I see Tom and Craig are in here, troublemakers. But if you guys want to do me a favor, share it out. Share it out. This is the first show of the year. Why do I always look a little? Why do I look a little fuzzy on the?
Thank you, Tom. I asked Tom to make. I bought. Well, we'll talk about it when we get to that part. But
oh, that's all right. Talk about.
I needed
what you
some
want.
measurement. Well, I bought a second P1S, as you can see.
Oh, it finally did it come in?
And it came out just the day before vacation. So,
wow.
So I took it and all my filament with me and continued to work all through vacation.
Oh, did you? Where were you on vacation?
North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So it was still in the box, so it was easy to transport.
Yeah, but in that little green car that you have, you can't.
No,
you can't
mine's orange, but same car.
Oh, okay. But not a lot. Not a lot of space.
I got an A1 coming on Friday or Saturday.
Now, geez, now you're selling that.
I told you I'm catching up to you, man.
Yeah, yes. You're gonna be up to 3.
I had a lady on Amazon this week buy 30 sets of my chickens.
Wow.
That's $450 worth of chickens.
Well, it was funny. I don't know if we were live the last show right before Christmas, or me. I think, and I'm sitting here down here in my office, and my son is down on the steps. I'm like, what do you want? Like, and I could tell when he's up to something. And so about a half an hour after the show, he tells me, Dad, I bought another printer. I'm like,
well, hey, business. I mean, business is booming, right?
So. Well, it's one of those deals where, I mean, look, when I earlier in the year, probably twice over the course of the year that I've bought the printers that I've bought, I've used some of my PayPal financing because it is part of the reselling business. And I mean, it's part of like buying a computer and stuff like that. So, but he goes out and he says, well, Dad, it was like $600-700 off than the what the normal price would be. And I'm like, oh no. And he says, I can make payments. That's the thing now. They make it so damn easy to almost get anything. And I don't know. I mean, the interest that they're charging you is, but at the end of the day, if you can make enough. So he went and bought the one that we were telling Chartier to buy.
Which one is that?
The one with the 2 heads. So it's the bamboo.
Did he get the snap make? Oh, the bamboo, the H2C. Is that
I think it was like I don't know. It was like a $2,000 purchase, but it
it's a nice printer though. From what I understand.
It's a nice printer, and it's printing stuff like in 50% of the time.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, because they're not having to basically. What happens is he has it set up where now it can do 8 colors, and he has it where when you're not having to change the filament, it goes red or yellow, in other words, and that's what saves the time as far as that.
So it has the changer where it changes it. Is that the one he's got? The one where
I don't know if he's in the chat or not. If
like the new snap maker that came out, it has like 4 heads in it. And
printers, I don't know. I mean, he went and did that one on his own. Let me look up bamboo. A lot of people are though. I mean, I see. I mean, obviously we know John got the printers. Oh, I think it was the Bamboo Lab. Huh?
Tom got a printer. Tom got an A1.
Bamboo Labs. I think it's the H2D he got.
H2D, yeah.
Yeah, H2D. So it's it's $2,000. But I mean, they're coming down faster than even H2D. Oh, dual nozzle, multi-material 3D printing, optional. We didn't get the laser.
There's
But
no point in doing that. You're
no.
just going to get dust inside your machine. I wouldn't do it.
So actually, we got to wind up because now we only have on one of our bamboo labs, we only have we have he has the dual. So right now he only has one single roll on it. So I need another actually AMS. But I mean those things are $300.
You should see the price on it on eBay right now for used ones because they're hard to get right now.
Yeah.
Even the AMS Lite is what was it? I saw one like $300 for a used one. AMS Lite for the A1.
Yeah.
And the A1 Mini. So.
I see. I don't know if you watch any of the other YouTubers reselling. Dave, ADHD Dave. He just bought and he's doing stuff with his cooking channel. So he and I was watching the live the show that he did the other day. He's already ordering. It becomes addictive, and actually, honestly, if you can make money with it, you're buying another one. You know what I mean? And he already ordered another one.
Yeah, well, that's what I did with the second P1S. I used money that I already earned,
right?
And then I used some Amazon money to buy the A1. So it's all 3D printing money going right back into the 3D printing.
Yeah, I wonder how many printers were Christmas presents this year.
A lot.
Yeah, I think because when they lowered the price like they did, it just made
move.
Yeah.
For them, you know.
Yeah, but you're gonna have a lot of people that aren't just gonna understand, you know, that how it works, and you gotta have. It's not like plugging in a game and just playing a game. It's or like a piece of paper. AMS.
I learn something new every day doing this. It's not. You can just drop a file and hit slice and then print. I mean, it's possible, but there's more to it than that. For most
right. All right.
If you want a better looking print, there's a lot of things you can do.
I see you have your. Are they both running? What are you printing there?
This is a prototype that I'm working on that Marcia actually came up with. It is a chicken on a barrel, and then when you open it, it'll have little chicks inside. So I actually created the whole file myself because I like doing that. And this is my regular chickens that I sell.
Oh yeah. The magnets. Right.
The magnets, yeah. Because I sold 30 to that one lady and my regular sales throughout. I'm behind, so I got to catch up. Well, I'm not behind anymore. I got to stop saying I'm behind because people won't contact me and ask me if I'm can do some work for them. Right. Because every time I say that, they think that I'm. But it was hard with one machine to keep up with the sales. Now that I have two and a third one on the way, I should have no problem with just the chickens. Just the hens on Nest.
How was Christmas for you?
As far as just regular Christmas?
No. I mean, as far as sales,
leading up to Christmas, we sold quite a few.
Yeah.
Craig, the glow in the dark filament is abrasive, and so you need a hardened steel head for you're supposed to anyway, because it'll wear out because they're brass nozzles on these things. So when you're using glow in the dark or the wood filament that like John uses. But no, going up into Christmas, we had really good sales. I think we did about in the month of March or in the month of December, we did almost $2,000 on Amazon.
Wow.
Just on the magnets. And then, of course, we had some whatnot sales in there at the beginning of the month. And then Etsy and eBay, there was sales as well. So we probably did $300 to $3,500 in sales just on the magnets.
Wow. So
So
you did
and
much.
and then we had the Bigfoots too. So those
Yeah.
sold fairly well up until Christmas, and then they kind of died off. But that's
Eh,
okay because I know that people are, buying for gifts.
right.
So
So you did a lot better. I mean, I'm shocked. That was $3,500 just on magnets. That was
I'd never expected it, Pat. It's
yeah,
not, it was by design. So I was watching, you and I both do Whatnot,
yeah,
and I'm still feeling out where I need to be on Whatnot. I think even you are at times. And I was watching some of the shows, like Jenny, our friend Jenny, does the vintage home decor, and they sell a lot of the hens. And I thought I went to look for them, and they were really hard to find. So I said, well, we'll make one with a 3D printer, and that's how that came about. So I only ever expected to sell 10, 15, 20 sets, if that.
yeah,
And then I decided, well, we'll try them on Etsy and eBay and see how they work. And I said, why not try them on Amazon too? I'm an Amazon seller, and
yeah.
you've been an Amazon seller. Why not? And so Amazon is the one that really took off. I sent 40 sets into FBA, I think Monday. So we'll try
Yeah, I
right
guess
now I'm merchant fulfilling all these, but
yeah, I guess I'm missing out on Amazon because I don't sell. No, I was so disgusted that Amazon kind of shut me down there for about a month when I was selling the other stuff, and then they still were charging me the $40 professional per month. I was like, well, how do you suspend somebody? And then for a couple months, and then I thought, I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'm just gonna, wait and see. And yet they were still billing me, and for me to go in to actually see my account and for tax purposes, that I had to give them a valid credit card so that they could take the $40 a month. It was like right away, boom, 3 months. I didn't sell nothing, and yet they charged me. So now I see they want you to basically to sell on Amazon. They want you to take your picture holding your driver's license or something like that.
I didn't have to do it.
Yeah, which I don't get.
Maybe somebody like you and I won't have to because we've been. I mean, you're not off of Amazon altogether, right? Your account's still there, right?
It's still there, but they're talking about, I think, if I don't do something soon, about that's it.
Oh, I never got any notices. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
mine's always been in good standing, though. I've never had any
I
issues.
changed it to if I sell something now, it's $1. It's $1.
Yeah, I did that for a good year. I think the last time it was 2023. The last time I sold a good amount on Amazon. I didn't sell anything. Maybe it was 2024, but 2025 I didn't sell anything on Amazon. So I knocked it down to the dollar.
I mean, to sell like you did on there, I guess I'm definitely missing out. Oh, now I forgot.
Well, I went in. Now here's the trick, Pat. Go in for Amazon Handmade. I think that's what they call it, handmade or homemade or something like that. And they'll charge you the $40 one time, and then they waive the fee every other time because you're selling handmade products.
Oh, okay.
And these are, these 3D printed things are considered handmade because you're making them at home, that kind of thing.
Right.
And so that's how the fees are the same. I mean, you're not saving on fees except for that $40 a month. And the visibility is the same. So, but unless you have a brand and you're in the brand registry, you have to register it as generic. So my hands on Nest up there, my magnets are generic.
Right.
It is what it is.
Now, did you advertise on there?
Nope.
No.
Not even one penny.
Yeah, people looked them up, and then yeah, because
it was amazing. I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the thing, and the potential of Amazon. You don't want to give up. I just tried to log in, but I have the phone upstairs. They want me to put the code in.
Yeah.
But
well, if you find a good product that you've made yourself, that you've come up with yourself, I wouldn't put buy a file from somebody else and try to sell it there. I don't think
no,
because 2,000 other people can do that.
Actually the lotto scratchers could be something that gives me a little bit more exposure for people that have convenience stores.
Yeah, you could throw them up in buy a lot of whatever, how many ever, and
Yeah, like a tub of them.
yeah,
That's really kind of how I want to do it.
that would be a good
Uh,
one, Pat. And those are quick and easy to print.
yeah, I mean, there's a little work, and we put them in a little plastic, and the keychain and stuff like that. But again, it's the volume and wanting to have that cash flow. Um,
I don't have. Yeah, I do. I package my chickens all in a nice little bag, and then I made a sticker,
oh yeah,
with the chicken on it, and these go into a 6x4x2 box, and then there's a piece of paper that goes around them to protect them a little more, and to avoid it from moving around in there. But that's how I sell them, and it's a nice little presentation. And when I do the Amazon ones, I put the invoice in with it, and I fold it over so that when they open the box, the first thing they see is their name, and I just think that kind of gives them a friendly vibe. And I've got some good feedback on Amazon, so that's nice. Pat, you
well,
5 printers.
yeah. Now we have 6 actually, and
I don't think I plan on. I'm trying to get to 8 by the end of the year. I think they're going to be A1s though.
yeah.
I don't need too many multicolor printers, but the P1S's are great for that, and I'll probably get at least one. I didn't the one I just ordered, the A1 that I ordered, I did not get the AMS with. It's just going to be a mostly prototype machine, printing out ideas and things like that. But it'll also, I mean, my hands on this magnets are only one color each, so it's not. I don't have to, have a multicolor machine for that. But I did buy the hub so that I could connect, and I can do 8 colors if I want.
I'm trying to see if I can connect. I'll put it on the Facebook, the show. What I'm going to do is, because I have, the Patdees, the traveling picker.
That's a good idea, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, I why not just put the printies up there, up there, just to get more of a following and stuff like that. And obviously, the better I do, by nature, we're both resellers. But what's nice is having the ability to control that you can make something that you can 3D print and share it. I wish my Facebook almost had a name that sort of would represent both. But it was funny because I Googled.
Just make it Patdees and drop the traveling picker part. That would represent both.
Yeah.
Kinda.
The problem that I ran into when I had it as Patdees, people were like, "Well, what's Patdees?"
Yeah.
Now you kind of know the traveling picker, like, oh, okay, like American pickers. When I first had if you remember, I had it was Patdees 72, and then I dropped the 72, and sort of the attitude was Patdees, sort of like a Jay Leno, David Letterman, but it didn't really step out to, not having a large enough following to know what I do. It was funny because when I created this 3D print channel, it just to me was like, well, 3D printing, print D's. It was like,
no, that's perfect, man.
Yeah, because it sounds like if you say it fast, it sounds like print the.
Yeah.
So print
these
D.
nuts.
Yeah. Hey, easy.
Hey, I saw the garbage pail kid or the garage sale kid. Excuse me.
Yeah, that John.
I must not rate because I didn't get one, but that's okay.
Well, I think he wanted to be careful too. He didn't offend anybody and stuff like that. But I can love a good joke and humor. And at the end of the day, I might wind up actually making a couple of those cards and putting them in my whatnot. Hey, if I make them for
why not, right?
Yeah, $2 or $3. Somebody, it's fun and who cares? That's where I really want to even develop more stuff. I think that's my weakness right now. Is there's a lot of things I want to do, but I just want to turn them into files that we can print and something that people are interested in. Now, I mean, I'm selling. As you know, I sell to Harry Tornado, and he was my largest customer last year, and he just bought like a $500 box because we're going to be leaving in like 2.5 weeks to Florida. and I wanted to make sure that he had supplies for actually up until March. Oh, that was the thing. You know, one of the things that we do, and I don't really, I have it's upstairs, but that was one of the things that I specially do with him. Is, you know, one of the questions, if you guys are watching in the replay or in the chat, you know, what did you print this week? But I had made, and I showed you these things before, was our soap dish, and this was ours, Merry Christmas Sudsy Smile soap. The difference was Harry Tornado soap. So I made 24 Valentine's soap dishes, and they have hearts on the side, and they say Happy Valentine's Day from Harry Tornado soap. The idea is that if he puts them with soap, people give them as gifts, and so I was able to convince him. I made some old school ones, and 24 of the Valentine's Day ones, and then the Stanley cups that I make for him for his lip gloss. So it was $500. My son is listening, and he brought. I did keep one. Usually I try to keep one if it's unique. So this was a pink one that I did.
Oh, that's nice.
And then look on the side.
Yeah, that's nice.
So Happy Valentine's Day, and then here's the. I mean, obviously it's a little cheesy, but the people that are fans of his, and then with the people that are fans of him, and at 24, hey, at the end of the day, it's about, you know, we're making money doing different things, and I'm also show you saw that, and he brought this down. So what the hell? We'll like when we go live on Whatnot, we made these little fidget spinners Valentine's Day.
Just like the ho 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 ones you made.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna make ones that are even eventually in the future for Whatnot, but they'll have their name. So maybe they'll use them as cheap giveaways. They'll put them in the buy it now. They use them as cheap giveaways. These are fun. You know, even as you sit here, and they're not a lot to make. I think it only costs around 75 cents to make that. What's amazing is that
is that a transparent red? No.
No. It's pink on the other side.
I just sold more chickens.
And then, ooh, that's good. And then, and see how it is then on the top. It's just a layer of red.
I wanted to go check the sale. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. If anyone wants to follow Steve on his Etsy store, I think my son set up one. There he is in the chat. In the description is Steve's Etsy store. I always put it there, and his channel. If you want to reach out and ever send him Landshark. We already. I didn't make a video about it yet. My son did an unpacking because he did it. He bought it, I think, right when we were going down with the Jeebus when we did the Christmas holiday charity event. We were down there for 4 days. But in the description is Steve's channel. Oh, I don't have you. Do I have your Etsy store? Put your Etsy store in the
Give me a sec.
The chat, and then I'll put it in. I'll put it in the description of the video.
We launched a new product, which I'll show here in a minute when we get to the what did you print today.
Oh yeah, it's in there. Steve's store to buy Bigfoot. Etsy, it's in there.
Yeah. Don't look at the store, Pat, or you get a sneak peek of what I've listed.
No,
what I brought for the show tonight. Okay.
I looked earlier, but not in the past. So I'm gonna. It's always in there. So it says Steve's store to buy Bigfoot and chicken magnets. Now I have a free. If you're watching this, you want $15. You can spend it at Steve's. I don't care. I get $5 if you go and spend $15 on anybody's store. Our buddy John Chartier, he's been running dragons and all kinds of things. So if you go over there and spend $15 on a Chartier dragon, I don't care. I still get $5. But I have my link in there, free $15 for whatnot. So, well, hey, why don't you show us? I showed you that soap dish because he brought it down, and I am going to show you a little bit later in the I'm going to show you.
Poop, that's a good idea.
I'm going to show you a crap. So not everything is always worth printing. And so, Steve, why don't you show? I'm going to make you large.
I have two. That's
all right. That's all right.
Well, 3 technically.
That's all right. We're gonna make Steve large, and he's going to show off his. What did he print this week?
So the first one was actually last week or a couple weeks ago, but we didn't have a show, so I didn't get to show it. But
Right.
this was when we go down to North Carolina to visit her mom and her sister. We play a lot of cards, and they didn't have. They had. I don't know if you're familiar with the game Millborn. You know, where you could do all the miles and things, but they have a card holder in the box, and they didn't like that particular card. They liked the style, but they didn't like that one side was solid. You couldn't get the cards out of one side, but you could the other. So we made a little card tray. But her sister loves Woodstock, so I put Woodstock in there. So that was a Christmas gift to her sister. And then Marcia asked me to make one. So this one's for her. So we found a file on Maker World. And I forgot how much this is cheap to make. It's really thin walls. I had to strengthen the bottom. I don't know if you can see. There's a little ridge right there at the bottom.
Yeah, I see that.
So I had to make it like 2 more millimeters thick because it was too thin. So I just did that in Tinkercad.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of time because we were exchanging gifts the next morning, and I took my printer with me, and I happened to take yellow and black filament too. So this was a last minute thing. But anyway, the original file, this side was closed off. There was none of these in there. So I had to do all these cutouts. But I cut it in half, flipped it, and then did the cutouts with the bottom. But anyway, that's a nice one. I think
that way, cool. What makes it easier to pick up the card?
Yeah, easier. Oh, I'll show you. We got the cards right here. So just makes it easier to pull the cards out. See?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and that was a hit. She really liked it, and I made one for Marcia's mom too, just in blue because blue's her favorite color, with no pictures in it. But then Marcia said, "Well, why don't you make an alien one?"
Oh, so, there you go.
I'll probably try this on Etsy.
Now, what do you call this?
It's a playing card tray, discard tray.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what it's for. And then I seen them on Makerware where they got a little spinner on the bottom, like Lazy Susan. So I might end up putting that on there too. But that was one of my things that I made. I thought that was pretty cool for a real quick item. But this is the other one. It's a Bigfoot print.
Whoa.
So what this is for is you put.
You know what's funny? Tray. It reminds me of where the toes are. It looked like it almost be an ashtray.
Well, it could be, but
yeah.
If you notice, you know how the 3D printers work. It leaves those, those lines sometimes.
Yeah, the layer line.
But in this case, it kind of looks like fingerprints.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is supposed to resemble a Bigfoot cast. The plaster casts they make.
Right.
That's what it's supposed to be. But you put your change in there, put your watch in there.
Let me see the bottom. Oh,
nice and flat.
Yeah.
This was all done with ChatGPT came up with the picture. I took it over to Nano Banana and made it have a few changes. And then I went to Maker World and did their image to 3D. And that I haven't made any changes to it through that. It's just how it came out. So this one I just listed on Etsy today.
It would be neat in the future. And something to ever think about is the stuff that you're making and you're really into Bigfoot. Create maybe a game around Bigfoot.
I could, sure.
Like maybe some sort of even board game or something. Nowadays the stuff that you can make online, but with all that 3D printed stuff with it, you could kind of draw that into that game. And a lot of times, and that's the thing, copyright that stuff and who knows? You have a hit on your hand that you can license it out to somebody.
Yeah. Milton Bradley did make a Bigfoot game way back in the 70s. And if you find that game, it's worth a few bucks today for resale value, obviously. I have never found it. I've been, that's one of my grails, but I don't think I'd be able to sell it if I did. But
yeah. Even sometimes these specialty shops, like these toy, how it is they want to sell in $10 games at Walmart, but these specialty shops will make these $50 and $100 games, and even if they only sell 30 or 40, and all of a sudden you get a connection. But it's always something to kind of shoot for a goal. There's things I've always wanted to do, with the cartoon that I created, the Hillbilly Chicken, and I created that like 25 years ago, and it's all copyrighted and licensed, and I've created cards. But now with the 3D print, it's just like a whole new world. The ability to make different things, and now with using YouTube and the internet, it's just much easier, because even a lot of times, if you can come up with a prototype, you go on like Kickstarter, and basically people would come in. Let's say you were charging $40 for a Bigfoot game. You make a prototype, and if 500 people, then all of a sudden you go to the person that makes those, and you have your money. And no, you're a lot older than me, Craig. Wise ass.
Maybe he's talking to Tom. I bet you he's talking to Tom, because Tom's.
Oh yeah. He's talking to Tom. Yeah, that's right.
That's got to be it.
But there's a lot of things that you can do nowadays, and then you're talking some serious money. Where you're making $50,000-$100,000 a year designing games, especially if it's around something. No, wasn't talking to Tom. I know he's not talking to me. I'll time
Not me either, man.
I'll time his ass out.
Craig's older than all of us.
Yeah, Craig's old. I mean, you got to be a certain age to be put in a nursing home. But now, was that you showed 3 prints?
2 card things and the foot. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I was only going to show you one thing, and then we got talking about the soap dish, and he brought down a spinner. But I want to show you a crap print. So when we were selling in December on my whatnot, people were asking me, "Do you have turtles? Do you have a Santa with a sleigh?" I mean, we'd have like 15 different things, but it just proved that people wanted to spend more money, and that's the thing, is there never almost can be downtime in having these printers. You got to keep printing stuff. Even like we already have stuff for Halloween that was left over. That's okay. Because you only have so much that you can produce with these machines. So someone said, "Oh, do you have turtle? Do you have frogs?" So my son found a frog online, and it turned out to be a terrible. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to make myself solo, and I'll show you a little bit.
I'll show you my terrible one next.
So here's the frog that he made.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but the problem was, now on the bottom you could see a little bit. There's a little bit of like what it had supports. You could see that little bit of whiting. When we were cleaning these, we basically what I don't like about the frog, it doesn't do nothing special. No. Like it doesn't click, it doesn't spring up, it doesn't jump. It's just a frog. But we lost half the frogs because when you would take off the supports, one of the legs would break off.
Mm-hmm.
So now obviously I won't throw them away, but this will probably be a file that we would never print again. Now I'll either use these as a giveaway on my whatnots when I do 3, or I'll put them in a bundle. Someone who really likes frogs will say, "Oh, that's okay." I mean, these are cheap to make. It was probably only about $1.25. But this is why I want to make sure that, when we're thinking about this, trying to be conscientious that, and again, we lost half of them. Half of them, this upper foot broke right off. So this is a crap file, I call it.
And sometimes it's the filament you're using too. I been using the same orange filament for my magnets, but I redesigned the magnet by a tiny, tiny little bit. The little wattle thing under the neck was breaking off on some of the prints. So I redesigned it, and for some reason my orange silk filament didn't like the redesign, and it wouldn't print correctly. So I had to run the old file for just that filament. It's the same exact chicken. It just has that one little extra added support so that it doesn't break off. But filament is weird. Silk filament especially. It's so weird. But anyway, here's the bad one. Okay, I'm going to compare it to one of mine. So I wanted to see what my competition was doing. So this is my chickens right here.
Uh-huh.
Kind of nice. Now this one is one of those broken ones. See how the wattle is a little, I don't know if that's what they're really called.
What's the wattle on the bottom of the beak?
Yeah, this thing here.
Oh, is that like the turkey neck? Is that?
whatever they call that. I call it a waddle. I don't know what it's
Okay.
called.
Okay.
Anyway, so they were breaking in half. This is one that broke in half. So but anyway, that's my chicken. And here is my competitors.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was a big difference. And their tail was weird. And the way they do their magnets is strange. Mine is just a single. So
Yeah.
I was the first to come up with this idea, and people are trying to copy me, but the copies just aren't that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're trying. It looks like they're trying to be cheap.
All they're doing is being cheap.
Yeah.
Because they're throwing files like this up on printables and Maker World and places like that, trying to make money to get a printer or filament or something.
Yeah, and it's much smaller, so they probably figure they can get more on a plate.
They left the word meshy in the title, so I know how they made it. They used the meshy program, which is a image to 3D program.
Right.
So, they didn't even change the title. That's how lazy some people are. And somebody that a couple of weeks ago asked me, "Aren't you? Everybody's getting these things for Christmas. Aren't you worried?" No. I'm not even worried when somebody makes the
because
product.
let's be honest, you're doing it out of your house. You're not like in a warehouse where you have a $2,000 a month rent. You basically pretty much have gotten your investment back already for what you've sold.
Oh yeah, I'm over that.
Yeah,
I'm into the profit for sure.
Right, exactly. So I mean, and I think you need to be just stay. And that's like another thing. Like I really think that Bigfoot foot that I saw makes me think. I wonder if you really could make a game like even imagine making a cup that looks sort of like a tree.
Everybody's asking me if that's a soap dish too. It's not.
Who
could
said
be.
That?
I had a couple. I showed it on. I showed it to Scott this morning. He thought it was a soap dish. Yeah, that's what I did. I got a whole. It was a whole chicken. It was an image to 3D program that I used. I don't remember which one. Probably Meshy. And I took it into Bamboo Studio. It has a slicer. You can slice you can slice it anywhere, but I cut it directly in half, and then I did add a part, and I added a hole for the magnet.
Hey,
that's how I created that.
Tom, are you dressed? You want to come in? I'll put it in the chat, and if you want to tell us about your 3D printer that you got here.
I don't know. He's probably in bed by now. He's an old man.
Yeah, there. Come in and just make sure that if anyone uses that link, you won't come in unless your camera's on. But if you want to come in and kind of talk a couple minutes, we still have about 15, 20 minutes here, and tell us what made you get a printer and talk about it. He's here. Didn't take him long. He got the mustard off his shirt, and here he comes. Hey!
There should be some sort of angry grandma thing playing in the background, but
hold on just a second. I had to turn.
We got you.
I had to turn off YouTube.
Yeah, that's all right.
I asked Tom this morning to measure the height of his machine back there because that's the setup I'm going to get is the A1 with just a single roll.
Yeah.
And so
if anyone's watching, this is our friend Tom, who is also part of we're all an old school resellers, and everybody's getting in. I don't know if I started or what started it, but everybody's buying a 3D printer. Us old guys, instead of playing Nintendo Switch or something like that, we're buying 3D printers.
This is the bracket that goes on top of the printer to hold the ABS light on or
AMS.
Yeah. The multi-spool. This thing.
Well, that thing's a lot tinier than I expected it to be.
And
I should have probably got it, but I didn't.
It took about 5.5 hours to print this thing.
So what?
That isn't bad, actually.
Tom, was that the first thing you printed?
No, poop basket was the first thing.
He printed a Benchy. He showed a picture of the
Benchy. The Benchy was the first thing that I printed. And then I did the poop basket.
Yeah. Here's a leftover poop basket that I have from one of my printers. but I'm saving and I bought some silicone. So this was from the Christmas stuff that I made, but we're going to eventually turn that into something and make a video and see what we can get out of it. Because I've seen people use heat guns and melt that into the silicone, and people get interested in it. So I don't know.
I got dominoes. I'm gonna try.
Oh, there you go.
So we happen to have these from something else. Another project I was going to try a long time ago that I never did.
So Tom, did you get this? Did you get this for yourself for Christmas?
Roberta got it for me for Christmas.
That's nice. So, and it's right now it's only one color, but can you do? I don't know about your machine.
You got the AMS.
Yeah, I've got the AMS, so I've got 4. I mean, I can do 4 colors.
Okay, but you just
some things I'm working on, the designs on. I'm trying to keep it to 4 colors.
Yeah,
and because you're gonna have a lot of waste.
Yeah, is this for fun, or are you gonna want to do it to make money?
Well, I have a neighbor that's doing a family reunion cruise.
Yeah,
and I'm actually going to make about 40 name tags that says they're Johnson Family Cruise.
Yeah.
The date on the bottom of it and the cruise ship and then their person's name, because they've got a lot of cousins that they don't even know, So
have you designed it yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are you using to design?
I did it in Canva, and then I pulled it into ran it through some one of the conversion programs.
Okay.
So they like the design of it, so I'm going to stick it. Once I get this thing hooked up, then I'll print out a prototype on it.
So then, are you gonna glue like a slide metal clasp on the back so they could?
She hasn't decided whether she wanted the pin or whether it's got the little metal piece with the magnet on it.
Yeah.
She hadn't decided which one she wanted. So
could do a lanyard too if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of things you could really do with these things.
Oh, yeah.
Just around the house. I've made some stuff for my cabinets that.
Yeah, I think PETG might be the better material for that, but it is. I think the amount Tom's going to. I don't know. You're not planning on like being a full-time 3D print guy.
No.
We'll see.
But you know what? The cost to make it, even if he changes his mind too. But you know how many times we've printed things and 2 months later, we print a better design, like on the poop chute.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's laid out and stuff like that. So it's not like, yeah, this took a lot of time, but it didn't cost a lot of money to make.
You can always reprint it. I made some poop chutes for mine this week, and they had to be very specific because of the way I have it set up. They had to fit in there.
Yeah.
So finally found one that was skinny on the end.
And you can see this is the.
And they didn't take that long.
This has the Bamboo Labs, so this is right off their site. What's amazing is to take a roll of filament and turn it into something. I mean, because even like I said, don't throw it away because I'll use it even if it's garbage by my desk. To make that thin wall to basically make something, it's just amazing, how you can do that, and layer by layer. I mean, this took a long time to make, but still, I just think it's amazing the stuff that we can make and the possibilities.
I'm amazed every day by the possibilities.
I used PLA.
Yeah, that's your normal.
To print the bracket.
Yeah.
If it doesn't hold up, then you might want to switch to PETG or even ASA. ASA is harder to print, though, I think.
I'm kind of new at this, so I don't know a lot about the different.
Everybody starts with PETG or PLA.
PLA, yeah. We're gonna put a video.
And that's
out.
all I ever printed.
We're gonna put a video out in the next couple of days. My son made a kid's wheelchair and delivered it. And
I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, I mean, that was just amazing to make something so big and strong. And even the filament that come in that I didn't even know exist is kind of amazing. I don't know why. If you look at it looks colored. Look,
I've used I've used TPU, which is the soft stuff, but only in a very limited amount right now.
Yeah.
There's a product I'm thinking of. It's on those same lines as this, but I'm going to make it out of TPU because it needs to be soft. And whoa.
No, that's
And,
me.
and that TPU is really neat to work with. It's easy to. I thought it was going to be hard to print, but it's not. The problem with it is it sticks to your bed like crazy.
Yeah.
The TPU, it's hard to get off. So
Have
I
you ever seen the YouTube video about the 3D printers that printed I'm gonna call it a full size Benchy, and they took it out on the lake with an electric motor on the back of it.
I'm gonna guess it sank.
They printed the thing in 100 pieces and then had to glue it together.
Oh yeah.
For those of you that don't know, this is a Benchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a benchmark test, so it depends on it shows you how good your printer's doing.
So you're probably
overhangs and all that stuff.
I was really surprised that mine came out so good because I haven't done anything with temperature control or any of that kind of stuff. I just opened up the filament and printed it.
That's what the benefit of having the Bamboo Lab type printers is. You don't have to do much to get them going, and then you learn along the way. If you want to change things like that.
Now, Pat, you have other brands too, don't you?
We have Creality, Elegoo, and Bamboo Labs. A friend of mine has asked me, why don't I make a video to to compare the others, and we said we would, but we just wanted to give it time. I didn't feel like owning something for 2 months. Now we've been doing this. It'll almost be a year, and I am going to make more videos talking about even the business aspect of it, but just busy. All right. Well, this is Tom on the bottom, John Jones. This guy up here is called Bigfoot. And on this channel, I'm Patdees. So we're three old guys today talking about 3D printing.
But I find it's interesting to me.
I'll try that. I do have the hairspray. Back when I had my old Creality, I used it a lot. But I'll try that with TPU. No, this isn't Aquanet, but this worked really well with this is just Dollar Tree. But it worked really well with my Creality, so I'll have to try that when I print TPU.
Yeah, and you know what? This is one of the reasons why I want to do these lives, to learn. One of the things that we did, and it cost us money, but my son went out and bought the purple cold plates, and for us doing the Stanleys, they have helped a lot. We were throwing.
I bought this green one. If you want something to stick, what's the brand name? UPI, YOOPAI, cool plate Ultratech.
Yeah.
You want something to stick? This is the plate for you.
How much did that cost you?
Amazon, $15.
Wow.
But man, does it stick good to this plate. I can't believe how good it sticks.
I think
it's
some of the
supposed
plates
to be for. I wouldn't. I can't. I don't know what to use it with because on my regular prints, it just sticks too good. The Bigfoots work well with this, but the other stuff doesn't. So, man, I was surprised at how good that thing sticks. So I think like PETG doesn't stick as well usually. So maybe I'll try PETG with that plate and see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, $12. I think my son was buying some for around
14, I think. I'll go look. I'll give you the. Do you have an Amazon affiliate?
I don't. Do you?
Okay. I actually do.
Put it in the chat. I don't care.
Let me see if I can find a link to that one.
I don't know why if you look behind the scenes, my camera looks so clear, but then when it goes out on YouTube, I think that what I'm wearing today is interfering a little bit with the color. Steve,
well,
you look
also that backdrop.
I'm washed out because I'm too close to the screen.
No,
you and
clear
pinks and reds in it, so that might be
$14.44. It's 15% off right now.
Put your link in the share your referral link in here.
All right. I haven't done an Amazon referral in a long time.
I gotta figure out all that stuff, and I gotta get back. Tom, I don't know if you heard Steve saying how good he sold on Amazon with his chickens and stuff.
Yeah, I heard that.
Amazon and eBay too. eBay. No, I don't sell big lots on eBay at a time. I sell one set here, but it's like I've been selling. Well, today I didn't sell any on eBay. I've sold some on Amazon, but I was surprised at how well both platforms are doing for that particular item.
I sold a couple of my Christmas on eBay, my chimneys.
What I can tell you not to do is when you're using Whatnot, don't put it on vacation, because that stopped all the sales on there, every single one.
Yeah, my son just said what he paid for the plates.
But if you need, hey Josh, if you need a really sticky plate, that's the one. That's my go-to right now. That thing is so good.
Yeah. We're right now. We're on a schedule. We're printing. We're printing Halloween. I keep on wanting to say Halloween. We're printing Valentine's, Easter.
We'll just start calling you Walmart.
Yeah. Well, that's all right.
Start putting Halloween out.
The Walmart of 3D printing. I mean, that's all right. That's all right. I was at Walmart over Christmas, and I saw the Chinese had brought in little 3D printed dragons in boxes and stuff like that. I think they were like $10 or $12.
That's crazy.
You sell quite a few of those at the videos that I've seen where you were at craft shows, except the one where you were like, I think, in a round kind of building.
Yeah, the carousel at that one was
still pretty good. Many of those dragons, don't you?
Well, we probably right now when we do those craft shows, we probably bring at least 30 different ideas.
Right.
Yeah. My wife is saying 5 printers running nonstop. And
right now I've got 2 printers running nonstop, but I'll have 3 here pretty soon. That's why I need to come up with more product. Because
where's that referral link at, Steve?
I put it in there.
Where?
It shows up on the YouTube side.
Oh.
Where'd it go? No, it's in there on the YouTube side.
I didn't see it.
You can't. Oh, maybe I'm not approved. Maybe I'm not. I need to be a moderator.
Say something hello in the chat.
I'm doing it on YouTube because I didn't do join.
Yeah, say something in the chat, and I can. Aren't you a mod? I don't go live. Well, we only go. I was thinking about my other channel. Oh, there we go.
There, I see it on this side now.
Yeah.
So I can see because I can see it on my YouTube side.
All right, now see if you could put that referral link in for that off of Amazon. So I do have there you go. I do have the live chat replay. So if people are watching this and Steve showed that green plate for $12, there's a referral link in there.
$14.44.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And what I'll do is I'll even put it in hell, I don't care. Let's put it in under Steve's channel. Steve's referral link, Amazon. I'll put that in there.
I mean, if you need a plate that sticks and sticks good, that's the one.
Yeah.
I have the ByQ blue ones that I don't remember which one that is. I'm printing on it right now, and they're good, but they're not as good as far as if you really need, because a lot of times you have the corners will come up and stuff like that. That's why I got that plate, because if I'm printing something big, like these card trays, these work well on that plate, but sometimes the corner will want to come up. Well, not on that plate, they won't.
So, Steve, Tom, what is your plans?
Let me tell Steve, I want one of those trays, but can you do it like put some palm trees or something on it? Because that would be good when we go.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I could send you the file. You can print your own out.
We'll sit down in like the lounge areas and whatnot, where they're doing karaoke and whatnot, and play cards. And
I'll tell you what, Tom. I'll design one with palm trees in it, and I'll send you the file. I'll send it as a 3MF so that it's multicolor, and then you can print it yourself.
All right. Can you put a barcode on the bottom? Not a barcode. A QR code to your store. Are you going to put those up on your Etsy store?
Yeah, they'll be on my Etsy store.
Well,
this one I'm not sure. I
right.
haven't 100% decided yet. I need a lighter color gray. I tried the silver filament, and it doesn't like.
And I do, Tom, in our description of this video, I do have his Etsy store in there.
Yeah, I have it up.
Just get together with me, Tom, and tell me what color, the base color you want, and the inner.
And like I said, if you could put like a QR code on the bottom of it, somebody said, because people will walk into these tables and bump them, and even though they're mounted to the floor, they still mess up your cards and whatnot. But if you can print it, fix it so it's got a QR code on the bottom of it. If somebody says, "Where did you get that from?" I'll pick it up.
What I'll do,
right through your camera.
I'll have to figure out how to create a QR code. But what I'll do is, I have stickers. I'll just
that's fine. Send me a sticker, or at least anyway.
Well, I'll stick it on the bottom or whatever.
Okay. Now, what were you going to say, Pat?
No. I just
No, he was wondering what your plans are with your printer.
You know, if I do it. There's some stuff that I see for cruising, since we cruise a lot, and people pay a lot of money. No, don't you say it.
You can't get away from the pineapple.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. But you'll see, like, people, if you go into like Etsy, you'll see where people are paying $20 for a magnet that's, 6 inches and 5 inches in diameter. They're paying $20 for it. And I was thinking about at least for Roberta and I, making one that's 3D printed, and just to see how, maybe make up a couple extra ones, but they'd be customized, so, with people's names on them. So that's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about doing. I don't want to get into the mass production of.
I didn't want to at the beginning, but because these magnets sold so well, it kind of not forced me, because I enjoy it, but made me see that side of things. I bought the first printer as a hobby. I bought it with we took out a home equity line of credit to get a fence, and so we had extra money. So she got herself a brand new computer, and I got myself a 3D printer. No, I had the old one, the crappy little 3D printer I had.
Right.
But, so I didn't think about that at the beginning, but it's starting to be, I think I'm going to make more money from the 3D printing this year than the reselling, to be honest with you.
Well, even if you improve on your reselling, and this is a nice compliment to your business, that's how I looked at it. I mean, I think I roughly, I'll be honest, I think this 2025, I think I sold $15,000 worth of 3D printed stuff.
And I'm on track to do at least that, as long as the stuff stays popular,
Yeah. And I mean, right now,
probably more than that.
We have another wholesaler, whatnot, that is going to be, as long as they can make money. I mean, he sold 5 lots of stuff for $173. His cost from me was $45. Now he has the bigger upside, but I'm okay with that, because I'm looking to build the steady income, the steady every month that they buy. I don't have the popularity that those two big channels do, and
I realized early that there's people. I seen a lady buy these from me, these magnets, and sell one blue one for $30 on her Whatnot show. One magnet. And I'm like, holy cow. But I know that I'll never get that kind of money for it. So I decided, okay, I'll be the wholesale supplier. If they want to buy them, they come to me. I'll sell them to them cheap.
My son says, I think he sent something to Facebook. Let me see.
Yeah, a photo of a dragon he's going to print.
Yeah, no, let me see if. Oh, where did he send it to? Oh, maybe a messenger. Let me see.
I'm trying to stay away from the dragons.
Let me see if I could. Yeah, hold on.
I'm trying to stay away from the dragons unless somebody requests one, family member or something like that. We'll print them.
There we
But
go.
I'll probably end up
I need to be
making one
unique.
for my grandson. Oh,
That
that's
is a
wicked.
nice one. Yeah, that is wicked. You're right.
That's obviously patriotic, and
No, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
almost Captain America looking. The with the star up there on the head.
well, and the flag. I think the flag is the bleed. I don't know if that's the exact word what they call it, but the tower that you make so that the colors don't run together. So what?
Oh yeah, because you can flush to object, can't you? Well,
Yeah.
no, that's not. I don't think that's what they're doing there. But
Well,
Josh
I
would
don't.
know.
I'm not sure, but they might have purposely made it that way for. But that's going to be cool. And with the, people get patriotic, and with the 250-year anniversary, and Memorial Day, Labor Day, and July 4th coming up, we're always looking to find some fun things that that people want to buy, and that's the thing
It's
too.
just that Denise says that's just the end of the tail. So it's
Oh,
not
really?
it's not
Oh,
the
okay.
Purge Tower. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's cool either way. It's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
I got a question about the multicolors. When it's like when it prints that dragon, is it printed all at one time, one piece, or are you having to make different pieces and assemble
No,
it?
that's all at one time.
Okay. Oh, red, white, and blue. That's the colors that look like it was using.
Yeah.
Does
Yes.
it print like the first layer? The first layer. Does it go through and then prints all, like, say, all the white? And then it comes
Yes.
back and fills in the red
Yes.
and then the blue.
But
And then it goes back to the next layer. Does it go automatically back to the white, or does it start printing another layer of blue?
however
white?
it's designed, but it could go white for 3 minutes, then go red for 4 minutes, blue for 2 minutes, white for 2 minutes, red. But that's where you get a lot of this type of stuff.
Right.
Because however it's designed, because it's layer by layer by layer, but it's also that thick. So probably that print is probably 9 to 12 hours, if I'm guessing.
Probably so. If this thing here was
He
5 hours.
He said 13 on the new printer.
On the new one. So
Yeah.
so
it's going to be double that on a regular P1S or.
Oh yeah. So that's not something. That you're not going to want to sell that for $10 because
Oh no.
you're putting in that kind of time and hours. On a low end, I like if my machine ran 24 hours a day, I like it to make at least $30 or $40, but I prefer it make closer to $70 to $80. Is that always possible? No. But when you can make like Steve does the chickens, he can make them on a plate, and if he figured out how many he made in a day, yeah, it's definitely possible to make $75. We're printing a one color. Well, no, not I shouldn't say one color. We're printing a dragon on the Eligo that is only a one color, but you could put multicolor roll on it. We could print 3 dragons a day. We could print 4, but it's averaging 3. So I said to my son, at $10 a dragon, that's $30 in 30 days. That's $900 worth of dragons.
He said 19 and a half hours on a P1S.
Which is this machine here. That's a P1S.
Toxic Avenger. How difficult is it to create original files and trademark creations? No, I don't think no one's trademarking them, but it's not.
I haven't.
Yeah. Because it's
it depends on what you plan on creating and how you plan on creating. This little thing here, I did all in Tinkercad.
Right.
By myself, which is a really low end CAD program made for kids, but it worked out real well, and I like it. I think it came out really nice.
Yeah, that's a good.
This was just an image to 3D program that I didn't have to do much designing at all. I came up with ChatGPT, came up with the idea and the concept picture, and I sent it to the thing. I made a few tweaks, and that was that. So sometimes it's really difficult. The level of your ability depends on what you're going to make. Or you can just download files from, with commercial licenses. depending on how you're selling. On Whatnot, you can do that. At flea markets, you can do that. Craft shows, you can do that.
Now, I don't know who that Enyaq 3D. He's getting $7 an hour from printers, and and dragons. To be honest, are everybody. That's not what we do them because there's people that want them. But I mean, I've seen people selling That's what sometimes people would say to me. I can't believe you charge that little. I can't believe you charge that amount. We saw dragons at a fair for $35, and I said to myself, I wouldn't pay $35 for that. I mean, when we're selling them for 10, and I don't know, they're costing us 6 or you're not making a lot of money. Now, when I wholesale them to somebody, and they're turning around and getting $25 for the dragon because they're more popular on Whatnot, to me now the demand is there. Right now, I don't know how long, but right now we're printing on the Elago. We're printing 3 a day, knowing that there's people that there's a lot of people that don't even know, like, oh wow, that's cool, like that watch the show 3D print it. I'll pay $20 for that, you know. So now,
It's cuts the price right in half when you use a 2-headed printer. And now think, if you had that snap maker has 4 heads, how much less waste you have. That's crazy. Now, I'm not getting that until it's a proven good printer because it's brand new and stuff. But I'll probably get one eventually. Just
who makes that?
Snap maker.
Snap maker.
It's a 4-head printer, so it doesn't have the poop as much because it have a little bit because obviously between colors
cleaning,
and purges every
yeah.
time. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to purge nearly as much. In fact, a quarter of the time it purges. So you're saving hours and hours. If he cut it down to half with the 2-headed printer, think of how much time you cut it down with that 4-headed printer.
Yeah.
That's only $900. But I won't buy one now.
Are the print heads running at the same time?
No.
No.
So it goes up.
Prints one, and then it prints another
puts
one.
back, and then it goes and grabs another one and brings it. It's really neat to watch.
Oh, okay. So it's not like it's got, like this thing's got a unit that's running around printing the ink.
No.
It doesn't have 2 of them. It goes back and grabs the other one.
Right. So it cuts down filament and it cuts down time.
Yeah.
But it's an unproven
that
system right now. So
that in between of a minute of extruding the color out and putting it back in, and a minute every time, you figure over the course of printing something, you could be 2-3 hours easily, and I mean that's where we want to get to the point where even I want eventually to get to the point where we have the connection where we can make small parts even for a plant that we're making stuff now, even though because you can't make up for lost time. All right, make stuff for Easter. Let's make stuff for July 4th. Because then when I get an order of somebody needs 300 of something like that, it's like, okay, we can't be printing none of that little silly things now. We need to print 300 of these and all hands on deck. You know what I'm saying?
How many of the soap dishes can you print at a time?
You typically 6. On the smaller ones 4, but on the bigger ones 6. We had one that we could print 9 on, but we had too many problems with that Creality. And
your A1 is 256 by 256, right? The bed size.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm pretty
it's
sure
that big.
It says it on. It says it on
it.
It
Should say it on the plate.
Does it?
Yeah.
Or no, it's right on the front of the. Okay, Josh says yes. So
I'll take
so that's the same size as the printer he's using, 256.
So you can get a bunch of those little. You can get a whole flock of chickens on a bed at a time, can't you, Steve?
What's that?
I said you can get a whole flock of chickens going on one of your beds.
20 chickens at a time. 20.
How many?
20.
20
of one of each color. So I got 20 green ones there right now on that printer, which just got done during a show, and I'll do 20, I don't know, red ones next or something. And then it takes 9.5 hours, around 9.5 hours to print 20 chickens. So
you just turn it on, let it run.
Yep. it's running almost 24/7. At least one printer is going almost 24/7.
Yeah,
Just with that,
we're probably printing 18 hours at least a day. I mean, we got 6 of them. I mean, you have downtime overnight a little bit or something happens. But we're definitely, I think right now there's probably 4 printers up there running right now. And again, and even when we're away, I'm hoping that my son stays ahead of it. And, I just want some variety stuff because, when I do a live whatnot and people are like, well, do you have, I want to be able to say, yeah, I do have that. And have it ready that we can sell stuff. So
are you ever planning, Pat, on doing just a 3D print show? I know you've done one that was almost all 3D.
well, I do
On
it
whatnot,
with the soap because of I do it with the soap because obviously it started with the soap and then we made the soap dishes. And but yeah, I probably have done 2 that been honestly 90% 3D printed stuff.
I'm a little nervous about trying that. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
because
it is. I think it is harder if you have a smaller following. I mean,
it's not a huge market. First of all, there's a couple guys, Carolina Printworks. He has a pretty good following.
Yeah,
and he does really well. But it just I'm nervous about starting a whatnot.
I know, and I have almost 11,000 followers, and Christmas time also is different because people like to buy. I mean, I get a lot of compliments. People trying to, wanting to buy gifts. Oh, like my wife even pointed out, we're trying to stay ahead of it because Josh starts robotics, and we'll have to print wheels for the robot. Yeah, so we print parts for that for free, as him being part of a mentor, and I'm okay with that because then he gets
I do too many things for free myself.
more experience and stuff like that. So
I actually, John Chartier, our friend John, does a 3D print show on whatnot. 3D Grumpy, I think he goes by.
yeah, I saw he was live. Was it yesterday?
Last night he was doing wholesale lots just to get, because he had a lot of them dragons, right?
Yeah.
And so he did pretty well with them. I bought a couple lots just because I thought, well, I can print them, but I don't want to dedicate time to the dragons. So John's selling them cheap enough. I'll buy them from John.
Yeah.
And those will probably end up, some of them will go to the grandkids and some of them go to her son who loves them. And then some of them I'm going to try to sell on Facebook Marketplace. Why not?
Right. Yeah.
Do you, how is,
see if there's a market around here.
Is John still doing all of the chess sets?
He's held off on the chess sets because he got a couple of returns on Amazon because they're not weighted. So he has to redesign them to make them weighted. That's all.
And that's part of learning. Yeah.
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 So I think he recalled all his inventory so he can fix that issue.
Yeah.
Might be a case where he just taps the bottom and puts weight in the bottom of them. And
I don't know how he's going to fix it, but he said he knows what he's doing.
He's got like 30 of those things. A1s. I mean, A1 minis, doesn't he?
Yeah.
21 machines.
It's got a lot.
2 P1Ss and the rest I think are A1 minis. Yeah.
Well, guys, hey, we going over the hour mark.
Shoot.
Yeah, we've done this. We do this every other week. I want to appreciate Tom stopping in. He's an old friend of ours, and
old being the operative word.
Thanks, Steve.
But if you guys can give me thumbs up, and if you're watching on the replay, post comments in the chat, and we'll see you in 2 more weeks, and we'll take it from there. So thank you guys, and thank you, Tom and Steve, for being part of this, and I appreciate it. Thank you.